Well, okay, everybody, here we are. It looks like we are live. Tell me, can you hear me? Do you do you hear me clearly? Hello, Pivy. Hello, Frenchie. You'll be Beethoven. Um. Oh, yeah. AJ will be Bach, and you'll be Beethoven. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Um. So we're just gathering right now because Granny D is just closing up. Um, and here we are. I don't know who's here and who's not, but yeah, AJ said he will be back. I think Pivy is here, Ezra and Michelle and Frenchie. So I don't know who's here and who's not. But of course, the standard ice-breaking conversation. What's on your hook? What's in your cup? This is totally scandalous. I have to put a hat on this head, or else I will be drummed out of YouTube because it might be considered indecent. Okay, now there's a hat on that head. Um, okay, what else is going on, people? I don't see. I see numbers growing, but I don't see conversation going on. Um, but here we are. We're just getting started. And hey, PJ. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know that Granny D was just fixing to close when I left her because she goes from 5 to 6. Yarn Fix is just stopping by quickly. You're always welcome for as long as you want to be here. Pivy is doing Hat Not Hate, and so am I. I'm in a hat not in a blue hat drive right now because I want to do as many as I can in the next week. And I have to say, I'm not real thrilled with what I'm doing right now. The combination of yarn and hook doesn't really work out as well as I would like it to. Um, but I think once I send it through the washer and dryer, if I do, it'll be better. You know what they say about acrylics. Hey, how are you?
Hey, great. How are you?
Good. Okay, I think I'm going to convert over to, what did I do with them? I have you on speaker now, but usually I use earbuds, but now I can't find them. What have I done with them? Oh, there they are.
What have I done?
Okay, repeat everything you just said. Huh.
I said, what have I done?
No, you haven't done anything. But yeah, it just works better if I'm on earbuds. Um, it just does. So hey, Gwenny. Hey, Julie. Hey, Frenchie. Hey, Sharon. I hope that I'm always going to miss people, and I'm sorry about that. Hey, Katrina.
I did get the green off, PJ. Yeah. I earlier today I did my makeup and I did a gremlin look
Uh-huh.
and I was like, this green is gonna stain my skin. It always stains my skin and I for some reason today it didn't, so um good good news.
Mark is here too. Glad to see you, as always. And let's see, anybody else? But yeah, we're getting more and more people. As we do, they come in dribs and drabs. Hey, IVB. Um,
Hi, Mark.
so, hey, Linda. Wow. Um, what is it? It's 6 o'clock here, so it's 11 o'clock there. Is that correct? So,
Linda.
hello, Regina. I'm not sure I've met you before. And hey, Spring. I'm not sure I've met you before, but you're always welcome.
Oh, the fiber enthusiast. Well, you were in the right place.
That is true. That is true. Oh, hey, AJ. Glad to see you. As
Hey, AG.
always.
Hey, Pat.
Oh, and hey, Elizabeth Pierre. Um, yep. Lots and lots of friends here, which is always a good thing. So, yeah. Um, what's on your hook? What's in your cup? What's for dinner? Tell me about where you are. How's the weather there? There's been weather in the country, hasn't there?
Yes, it's true.
I was the earlier today. I drove my sister to the doctor, and then I had to wait for her outside because they wouldn't let me wait in the waiting room, even though I
Mhm.
had a mask. So I had to wait in the car in the 92-degree heat. I was not well.
If I ever use Dawn detergent to get makeup off, I do not, but I use Dawn detergent to get makeup off of my brushes. So, thank you for asking, Granny Square.
I have no idea what just happened. Did I like go away and then come back?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And were you still here? I don't. Anyway, I got a weird message. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. Let's see. Froggy is here. Granny Square is here. Granny Square is always very supportive. Um, she is my. I was talking about local yarn shops yesterday, but she's my local yarn buddy. Um, hey, Dinas. Oh, Spring, you're spinning? Oh my goodness. For
Ooh.
what is TDF? Oh, lots of people here. That's good. Hey, Regina. Just going to. Hey, going to post the link again if anybody else wants to come up. Um. So yeah, right now I'm in blue hat mode. Hey, Leanne. I'm in blue hat mode, and right now I'm working with a budget yarn that I was gifted. And I've used it before for other projects. I would not do anything again with this yarn and this hook combination. So the next hat that I make with this yarn is going to be with a larger hook, just so that it drapes a little better.
Hi, Diane. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Dina.
Oh, hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, hey, Dana. Glad to see you, as always.
Yeah.
So, we're just doing the standard, what's on your hook, what's in your cup sort of thing. And I was just talking about doing blue hats, and I have one that I started with a budget yarn that was gifted to me and using a hook that I probably should have thought better of before using this hook because I think it requires a different hook. But I have most of the hat done. And I actually did a lot of it while I was sitting and waiting for my sister while she was in the doctor's office. So, I'm not going to undo all of that. But, you know, I want to get through all of this yarn because, believe you me, I don't want to use it for anything else. It's it was gifted to me, and I'm grateful for that. And I've used it for other projects before, but this particular brand, I probably would not choose again.
Mm-hmm.
My tastes have become more elevated over time, which also means more expensive, and that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Hmm.
But for hat not hate, it's perfect.
Well, of course, this what I call service yarn or utility yarn. It is perfect,
Hmm.
especially with things like this. If you put it through the washer and dryer once or twice, and it'll be fine usually. But it's not fun working with it. And also, I used to call myself a worsted boy,
Hmm.
but I think that now my tastes are really moving more toward lighter weight yarns.
Hmm.
Because now I would probably call myself a DK boy. Um, and then I have some fingering weight yarn that I need to decide what I'm going to do with, or I need to wait and listen to what that yarn wants to be. Oh,
Yes.
hey, Yarn Nut. Um, hey, I don't even know who I've greeted and who I haven't. Um, oh, hey, Jane. I'm so
Hey,
glad to see
Jamie.
you. Um, let's see what else.
Yeah, hi, Yarnut.
I'm sorry if I have not greeted you personally. Please don't be offended because I have a mind like a sieve, a really cute sieve, a really cute, really old sieve.
So Sharon asked earlier what the status of your dog situation is.
Um, Today he had a vet appointment, and then he's still with his foster, and then we were going to hear after that what the next step is.
Mm,
Um, we are still hoping to have him by the end of the week. That gives me time to tidy up and get stuff off the floor. Because I'm not very tidy on my own. But I don't
that's-
want to create an environment where he's not welcome in every room of the house. So I need to just make things a little tidier. Um, so I hate this hat. Someone will find it useful, but I hate it. I do. I'm just going to finish it and be done with it, and then do another one with the same yarn with a different hook, and it'll be better.
Mhm.
Because I'm not gonna frog all of this. I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I'm working with Karen Simply Soft. So I'm working with not a terribly expensive yarn myself. Um, and a clover hook right now.
yeah. I think if I had chosen a larger hook, this would have been easier because I think that this particular yarn, although it's called a 4 weight yarn, it's on the heavy side of 4.
Mhm.
Um, it's like I would call it a 4.5 maybe. So I should have used a larger hook than the one I did, and I would have enjoyed doing it because by golly, I want to get through all of this yarn for this project so I won't have any left over to deal with. Um, in fact, I have some other blue yarn that I like a lot better, and I wouldn't mind necessarily having leftovers of that. But this particular yarn, it's one of those budget yarns, and I'm not even going to name it because I don't want to be that kind of person. But I'm not enjoying using it, even though I have used it in the past and enjoyed it then.
I
So I
took.
think it's my choice of the combination of yarn and hook.
Mhm. Yeah, Mark made a good point, but all of those hats are for such an important cause.
It's
So,
true. It's true. Oh, hey, bearded yarnivore. Oh, yarnivore is releasing a pattern. Oh
oh,
my
that's so
goodness, I want to
exciting!
see it.
That's
Hey, Granny
exciting.
D. Hey, Leanne.
Hey, Granny.
Oh, God. Granny Square mentioned blue scrubby hats. I don't like scrubby yarn at all. And I'm sorry, Granny. And Granny gave me some, among other things, some scrubby yarn. I'm going to say scrubby.
That's
Um,
clubby.
scrubby. It went straight into my giveaway box because I just don't like scrubby yarn.
Yeah.
Um, anyway. Hey, Angela. Did I
Hey
say
guys.
hello, Jamie? Okay. Anyway, oh, by the way, Ezra, you know that I'm heading up there in early August, right?
Yes, you told me, but you did not tell me the you told me the date, but I forgot it. So,
Well,
oh,
you
we
know,
have
we have to
super
look at the
chat.
particulars. Um, oh, thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you. Wow.
Super chat. Super chat.
Thank you. Oh, do you know I have a little bell somewhere around here that I should ring when that happens. Because I don't have a song. I don't have a little,
So, do
that
you
sort of
have
thing. I'm not like
a
real
name
prepared.
picked out for your dog?
Well, the dog is 10 years old, and as far as we know, he's had the same name all his life. So there's no reason to change it now. It's not a name I would have chosen, but we're going to stick with it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
Jack with an X.
Okay, it could be worse.
It's true. Yeah, yeah. I've
It could be
read,
like straight fried.
or yeah, there was a. I'm sure you're familiar with Tales of the City, and there was a story about someone who had a dog named KY.
Oh
Um,
no!
mhm.
Thank you, bearded yarnivore. That's very nice.
uh, oh, that is a very nice thing to say, dear. Bearded Yarnivore, I have just met, and as far as I can tell, he's perfectly lovely. He's a wonderful gentleman
Oh my gosh.
and a welcome member of our community.
Yes, and a bearded yarn dude.
Another
I'm
bearded yarn
assuming
dude.
dude.
Yeah, and he's in Tennessee actually.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, although he's in Clarksville, which I think is near Nashville. So
Mhm.
it is a bit of a schlep from Wilmington, but at the same time, by coincidence, just today, an acquaintance. Oh, hey,
Hey,
Crystal, glad to
Crystal.
see you. By coincidence, an acquaintance
Nice to see you.
um, from Nashville reached out to me on Instagram
Mhm.
um, as a new follower. He didn't realize that we knew each other.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, because years ago, he and my old college roommate were a couple. And so I went to visit my old friend, and so I met him then. And then when I said, "You realize we've met," and I told him how, and he said, "David." So I'm going, "What? You remember my name?" Wow, which amazed me. I mean, I remember him because he had a very important position in church music, and church music has always been very important to me. Yeah, so an important position in the city in church music. But yeah, and so we've been chatting. I might get him as an interview subject, either as a yarn guy or as a one of my Friday interviews for people outside of yarn because we share the passion for church music and for cooking and for travel and for everything else.
Wow.
So I don't know yet. So I pitched the idea to him. I haven't heard back yet.
Well, that would be amazing. I'm crossing my fingers for you. I was gonna say holding my breath for you, but I don't know if that would
That
be.
probably would not be useful. No.
Yeah.
So
Hi,
yeah.
Teresa.
Hmm. Oh my goodness, we have 37 people here. How many
Okay,
thumbs
so
do we
hi.
have? And in StreamYard, I can't see the thumbs, but I can see the number of people. So, only uh, oh, okay, that's enough. I can live with 31 thumbs. You
No
know?
turning blue in the face unless it's Stitch.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I have been having nightmares about people giving me blue yarn and just not stopping.
Oh no.
There's no end to the blue yarn. Ah. I hope I can get through what I have now. Um, and my thing ends on the 21st, which is a week from today, I believe. So I hope I can get through all the blue yarn I have
Yes. I'm
and not
working.
have much left over. Because I'm telling you, whatever blue yarn I have left over goes in that giveaway box. I don't care. It goes in that giveaway box.
I totally understand.
And I'm already thinking about other things. I think I put out the question. I might have put it out yesterday. I have some Christmas yarn from Hirschner's. It's not great yarn. It's acrylic. It's not terribly soft, but it's functional. Um, and I'm thinking, do I want to use one of my current patterns and make something? Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Do I want to
That's my
make
YouTube
something with one of my
girlfriend.
current patterns? I'm sorry, what'd you just say?
Carrie's my YouTube girlfriend.
Oh, there you go. There
She
you
didn't really give
go.
me a choice in the matter, but that's okay.
Well, sometimes that's better. Yeah. But I with this Christmas yarn that I have, it came from Hirschner's. It's I don't even know how many yards. I've got two skeins of it, but oh, Jenny is saying that the Cash App online from your browser doesn't work. I think you can only do it from the iPhone app or the whatever um, iOS app you use is.
Hey, Jamie.
Yeah. But thank you for the thought. Um, yeah. Freaky Geek says you can never have too many friends unless they all stop by at the same time for a snack, and the pantry needs refreshing. Yeah. So anyway, as far as that um, Christmas yarn goes, do I want to do something with one of my current patterns, or do I want to try and figure out something new to do with it? I haven't decided yet. I don't have to decide today. But
Yeah.
hey, Katrina. Uh, but um, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I was up all night with Coco. You can blame Coco for this. Because she has these all night long live streams, and I tend to go to bed early and sleep for a few hours, and then wake up, and then I'm up for a few hours, and then if there's something that just gets me out of bed, like a live stream that I want to participate in, then the next day is not always pleasant.
Yeah. I blame Daniel for a lot of my late nights
Yeah, I
because he
blame him
sends
for a
me
lot
the
of things, actually.
antivirus.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, he's been doing a lot of late night live streams as well. In fact, he had one, and then as soon as he signed off, that was when Coco went live. But then Daniel stayed up until, several more hours. He swore he was going to go to bed because it was very late for him. He swore he was going to go to bed, but he didn't. Or rather, he was like lurking on his phone while in bed. Uh, Anytime I do that, I wind up falling asleep. There was one time in one room where I was a moderator, I fell asleep when I was lurking on my phone, and the phone hit my face, and I accidentally like put somebody in timeout.
oh no. Oops. It happens.
It does, and it makes a good story.
Yeah. If I my wife is a super light sleeper, so if I am on my phone in bed, she will wake up. So I usually will go into the living room to um, to watch late at night.
Hmm.
Yeah. Try to convince her that she snores, but she won't believe me. So
Yeah, the snorers never do.
yeah, like I know that I do, so I'm okay with that. I've
Yeah,
come to terms with that. But
I've been told that I make the kind of noise that like rattles garage doors up and down the block. And I'm okay with that now. What have I done here? What is wrong?
yeah, my best friend he describes his boyfriend snores as a chainsaw. So
Mm,
I imagine that would be a lot scarier to wake up to.
I can imagine. I'm going to put the link in again. If anybody else wants to come up, I have to put this aside because I can't pay close attention to this and to the chat at the same time because I'm just not that smart.
It's not snoring, you're dreaming your boat engine.
Ah! Oh gosh. Oh.
I was
Jenny
having
says,
so
"Go
much.
ahead."
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just reading what Jenny said. Her husband sounds like the Jake brake on a semi. Hmm.
I was having so much fun when you did Topic Tuesday
Uh-huh.
and you did dad jokes. And I was so ashamed that I could not think of one dad joke.
Oh, I was looking at a website the whole time. There, I had a list up of dad jokes because don't think that I can come up with them that spontaneously.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some funny ones that other people put out. They were
Oh, yeah.
hysterical. I love dad jokes.
Me too.
It was fun. It was not yesterday. Was it a week ago?
I think so.
It goes so fast, doesn't it? Oh, 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 oh. It was a lot of fun, though. I should do that more often.
Yeah.
Um, because sometimes
Yeah.
oh, Freaky Geek says the best dad joke is him being a parent. Granny Square says, ask Crystal about Mr. Bod dad jokes. Oh, Yarnivore. If there's a moderator here who would like to post Yarnivore's channel, you need to be a moderator in order to post a link. But I want people to know about you, and I can't moderatify you right now.
Yeah, and Bearded Yarnivore, I'd love to interview you sometime, because that is also a goal of mine, is to bring awareness to and talk about mental illness. So
Exactly, and
yeah.
yeah, Yarnivore and I are going to talk because, I did an interview with Combat Crochet, um, and when I first met him, I learned about his focus. Thank you, Katrina. Um, Learned about his focus and his healing journey and how he has sought to help other people heal. And um, and then I have met so many people, um, whether or not they are like clinically diagnosed with PTSD, but so many people just consider the whole um, yarn journey and the endeavor of crocheting or knitting. It's a very meditative, it's a very healing, it's a very prayerful practice. Um, and
Hi.
however you want to look at it, and you don't have to look at it as all three, just whatever works for you. Hey, PJ.
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty darn good.
Yeah. My blanket is now a shawl.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
I frogged it.
Sorry?
I frogged it. This is the blanket I frogged.
I think I've used that yarn before.
Wait,
I
oops, here we
recognize
go.
the color. Yeah.
That's what 3 Karen cakes look like in a ball.
Whoa. That doesn't sound terribly manageable.
And I put it in this bowl. Whoops, where am I? There I am.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's called That's a Bowl from Tupperware.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to use a big like mixing bowl. And I have a yarn bowl that has like a fancy little slit that you can pull out the yarn from, but it's not big enough.
Little trick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. Let me see. Do you see this right here?
Ah.
I have a binder. I am really bad at this.
It's hard.
Gotta get over it. There. Binder
That
clip.
looks very useful, yeah.
I got that little trick from Little John Yarns. Alicia?
Amazing.
Oh, I'm not surprised. She has a lot of really good suggestions like that.
Yeah, so I got that from her. So now I got to get me right. There I am.
And her interviews too. She's great at interviewing.
Yeah.
So
She has had some surprising people up there, actually. I wish I could watch her every Saturday afternoon, but because it's Saturday afternoon, I can't always watch her. You know?
She when she had Crystal from Bag a Day on that show was packed.
Oh, I'll bet.
And the super chats were just flying.
Oh, I have no doubt. Yeah. Oh, it was a live stream when she had Crystal? Oh.
Yeah, it was her Interview the Creator series.
Mm-hmm.
And she did Crystal. She had Crystal as one. Mm-hmm. And it was a good interview.
I'll bet it was.
Yeah, so she had that. So
I've spoken with Crystal and she's perfectly wonderful, and she has been so supportive of me and so many other YouTubers and so many other there are so many retailers, small retailers and hand
Did you
dyers and
did
stuff.
you see the her unboxing with the cotton yarn from South Africa?
Oh
Saw
yeah.
part of it.
Oh my gosh, that yarn is beautiful.
There is some really gorgeous yarn there. Yeah.
She put some of it in the giveaway she's doing right now.
Yeah, the 75. It was a 75 fall giveaway. Whoops. So yeah, she put it in that. And
Yarnivore, please message me privately. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, he's saying he's how grateful he is for the support he's received from this community, which should surprise none of us because
true.
we're all that kind of people.
Yeah. I don't understand why people need to cut others down. I don't get it.
It's one of those facts of life that we don't have to get. We just have to deal with. And
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
It is what it is, and we can only do what we can do. And,
Right.
that's, I mean, since I learned this, it has been invaluable. Just take the right actions and let go of the results.
Mm-hmm. My mother taught me that if somebody's picking on you, that means they're not picking on someone else, and you can obviously handle it.
Well, I think that's valuable too. Oh, hey, Go Forth and Knit.
Ooh,
Go Forth and Knit is another David who is in yarn and is in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh. Wow, we're all in North Carolina.
North Carolina rocks.
Woo!
Sort of. Well, Jersey was rocking just like a little while ago. We had really bad thunderstorms come through.
Uh-oh.
Again, another day, another thunderstorm. So this is like day 5 of thunderstorms.
Oh, yeah.
And there's been so much flooding in the area because of that.
What part of New Jersey are you in?
I'm in Ocean County. I am, as the crow flies, about a mile from the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
So when
like the Atlantic City level, or
I'm
higher up?
north, up closer to Seaside and Point Pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah. If you remember Hurricane Sandy and the house that was floating and the bridge that got washed out, I drive over that bridge to go to work.
I was in New York up until 2018. So I remember a lot of hurricanes.
Yeah, so that's the hurricane that kept us without power for 17 and a half days.
And I came to Wilmington just after Florence. And Florence hovered over Wilmington for like a week, it seemed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just stopped.
I remember that. And the bands were just out towards Charlotte, too. Like all those bands, because my aunt lives in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Small world.
Ivy lives in Charlotte.
Yeah, she lives in Charlotte, and so I haven't been down there in such a long time because life gets busy when you have 3 kids.
Yarnivore is asking if we're all named David. I happen to think David is a pretty damn cool name.
No. I have 2 D's, but neither one is a David.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna refrain from any jokes.
And you know what? Funny. My best friend in college, his name was Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say I'm sort of glad that the people in college were a little ignorant about the whole David and Jonathan thing. Anyway.
Yeah, no. Yeah, my twins, their names both start with a D.
Cool.
And my son-in-law's name is David.
Ah, there you go.
So I have the 3 Ds.
David is a good name.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I was named for 2 grandfathers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my one son was named after my dad,
Uh-huh.
who passed away a month after I got married.
Oh.
And then my other son is named after a military base that my grandmother and grandfather met at. That's where they met. She was a civilian contractor and he was in the Navy.
That's very interesting.
And my daughter is named after my grandfather, because his name could go male or female.
Well, my paternal grandfather died before I was born, and that's where I get the David. My maternal grandfather died when I was about 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I like hardly knew him. And he had one of those archaic Southern names that I don't always like to mention, but I shouldn't be ashamed or anything. But it's so I'm okay with my name. I'm okay with my lineage. It took me a long time to be able to say that, actually.
Yeah, my maiden name. Oh, I hated it growing up, but I didn't understand the history and lineage behind it, and that it shouldn't be something to be ashamed of. It should have been something to be proud of. And I didn't discover it until I was in college with everything, because my maiden name is Coffin.
Coffin?
Like casket, dead people.
Well,
cool.
when I hear Coffin, I think of Burton Coffin, who was a very, very prominent name in the vocal pedagogy scene, because of course I studied opera and voice science and stuff.
Yeah, well, Levi Coffin and Christina Coffin. Levi Coffin was deemed the president of the Underground Railroad.
Really?
And his home is a historic landmark in Indiana. So, it's really cool. Christina used to make, I hope I don't offend anybody, but there's no other way to describe it. She made little black baby dolls. Like the material, she used black material for their face and hands and legs for the slave children that came through.
You
What?
I'm thinking that accurate description of past times should offend no one, but it does offend people.
But that was the actual material. She wanted the dolls to look like the children. And you figure, going back to that period of time, that was very forward thinking.
It's true.
And but the house was set up. It was one of the few houses that had an internal well, so that way you couldn't see how much water they were using. It was really amazing. And his cousin, it was from Maine, and he was a soldier in the Union Army. And he was actually captured by the Confederate Army and was part of the largest U.S. prison break in history. Like 267 Union soldiers dug their way out of Libby Prison in South Carolina using spoons. And we have the spoon, actually, that he dug himself out with.
Wow.
And he was also on the nominating committee for this guy that ran for president. You might know who he is, Teddy Roosevelt.
I have heard of him.
Wow.
I often paraphrase his saying because I say I speak softly and carry a big hook.
Yeah, but he was on the nominating committee for him for president. yeah, so, and then I have a great uncle who was an author. He wrote a book called My Eyes Have Seen the Glory. His name was Tristram Coffin.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So, it's like,
That sounds like a really great heritage.
yeah, it is. And I wish I had known it when I was younger. So I made sure to pass it on to my children, even though their last name isn't Coffin, that they need to know where their family history is.
Now, we have stories in our family,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't be sure how accurate they are, because we also know that our grandmother had delusions of grandeur.
Ah.
So, she claimed that we sold naval stores, which basically means pine tar, and
Right.
pine stuff, to um, England up until World War One. She claimed rather, that we were descended from one of the King Georges. It's hard to time it correctly to figure out which one she means, but it was probably an illegitimate child who was married off to someone who was then sent to North Carolina, and that person then became like a governing official in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And then she also claimed a lot of other things. So, and we don't have enough research to know whether any of that is accurate.
Yeah, at least I was fortunate to be able to find my stuff in history books.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And could trace the lineage right back to these people.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds
Yeah.
good. Now, on my dad's side, somebody did actually commission a historical review all the way back to the immigration to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is that, but it's not very interesting. Just a bunch of regular people.
Yeah,
which is probably better than a few other alternatives.
Yeah. It's like, we all make up different things and we all have family stories.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, Jan.
whether they get, let's say, you don't want them forgotten, but you don't want them to be embellished.
The narrative of your life.
Yeah. You don't want them embellished, because that just takes away, but
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
Joe. Yeah,
but my
exactly.
kids were happy about it. They were happy to know what was going on. And one of their classmates, they were doing reports on like states, like different states and that had slavery and everything. And I told them, you need to pick Indiana. I don't care what other state you do. You need to do Indiana. And one of the girls in their class was all excited because their family were Civil War nuts and they have like Confederate currency and all this other stuff. And then here my kid comes in with, the discharge papers from their great times, whatever, grandfather for being a captain in the, in the Union Army, and the spoon that he dug himself out with, and all the love letters that he wrote to his wife. And she's like, I thought we had the best one, but apparently you didn't. I go, it's not about winning. It's about sharing the history. You don't win.
It was about winning the whole war.
Right. No, but like winning the project.
I know.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah.
And also people talk a lot about ideology, and it's a huge part of it, but also everything is about money. The Civil War was all about money, because the economy of the South was threatened.
Hmm.
And it's always about the money. Everything. I would suggest that every instance of civil unrest we've ever seen, every war has always been about money.
Oh yeah.
And they couch it in all sorts of ideology and politics and us versus them, but it's always about money.
Well, I look at things this way. I can't spend what's in your wallet. You can't spend what's in my wallet. And, riches and success are measured on you and what you believe in. If I have 10 friends that will stand by me through thick and thin on the day I die, I consider myself a rich person. If my children and grandchildren love me without any reserve, I'm a rich person. Because I can't
would
take
not
money with me.
argue at all. But I think that we're talking about two different things.
Yeah. And I am a jeans and t-shirt people. I do like to get dressed up, but I'm jeans and t-shirt, keep it basic. I don't have to spend on what I don't need.
Exactly.
Except if it's yarn.
Well, that's different. Exactly. But I would say that we're talking about two different things, though,
Oh, okay.
because economics and personal finance are two different things. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
economics are like on a whole societal level,
Right.
and that's where all of these wars come from.
Yeah.
As long as you can remember.
Oh yeah, everything, it starts, money and power.
Exactly. And and some people, for some people, that's the very same currency.
Yeah. But,
Anyway, moving along. Let's talk about puppies.
my granddaughter,
Your
her name is
granddaughter? Oh, I love that.
Sabine.
Uh-huh.
She is so cute. I just love her to death. She's a mutt. And my daughter and my son-in-law rescued her
Mm-hmm.
from Puerto Rico. She was a rescue from Puerto
Really?
Rico, yeah.
Okay,
And she is so cute. She's got like German Shepherd markings, but she's part husky, and she's got like a Doberman Pinscher face. And when she runs like a gazelle. She literally looks like a gazelle. And she loves to splooch.
Splooch?
Okay. This is the best way I could describe it. If you lay on your stomach and put your legs out and put your hands over your head, it's the dog version of that. That's called splooching. It's an actual term.
Sure.
So.
Okay. This is the picture.
Oh, so cute.
This is a 10-year-old Cocker Spaniel that we're hoping to adopt this week.
I was going to ask you that. Well, how's the progress on that?
He's still with his foster. He had a vet appointment today, and I don't know. I think we're waiting on news about how that came out, because I think there was, in addition to just getting a general vet clearance for adoption, he also, I think there might have been something else they were checking on. I don't know the whole story, so we will know more in a day or two. But we're ready. Well, as soon as I get things tidied up, we'll be ready. Oh, yeah. Gwenny Square's here. Hi. Oh, look! Hey, Gwenny. Oh, look who got you.
Look at the puppy.
So you can be sure puppies. That when I have our bearded yarn pup, you'll get a lot of pictures like that.
Oh, yeah. But Yeah, I love puppies, but my husband likes dogs, likes animals as long as they leave. They can't be a permanent resident of the house. We did 8 years with a chinchilla in the house.
Chinchilla?
Yes. My daughter had a very serious allergic reaction to a rabbit
Mm-hmm.
that required us to rush her to the hospital because her entire face swelled up. And my sons felt bad, bought her a hypoallergenic pet called a chinchilla. So we ended up with chinchillas, and his name was Mittens because there's not enough to make a scarf. And then he decided to rescue 2 others, and one was named Gloves. So we had Mittens and Gloves, and then Mitchell. Don't ask. But we had the 3 of them for a very long time. And then my daughter got married, moved out. She took Mittens. The other 2 passed away, and I still have their ashes.
Oh dear.
Yes, I still have their ashes. She needs to take them. I got to get them off my fireplace mantle.
Hey Proverbs, I didn't see you come in, but I'm glad to see you here. I'm sorry, I overspoke someone.
I'm sorry. I was telling her to wrap him up as a Christmas present for the daughter.
Oh, yeah. I could do that.
Ooh, that's sort of grisly.
I could do that. Definitely. Let her find a place for them. But she's, she just loves her little fur babies.
Of course. Yeah.
And the dog and the chinchilla play very well together as long as the fence is up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
if Mitten squeaks, the dog gets very upset because he thinks that the chinchilla got hurt. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we love my granddogger. What's Granny Square? What's your puppy's name?
His name's Petey.
Petey, like the Little Rascals.
Well, kinda. Hey, hey to him. Hey.
Oh hey. Hey, what's your name?
That's Avery. She's the one that started calling me Granny.
Hey Avery.
Dr. Pepper off the floor. She's able to watch and hear y'all on TV too. I'm on the phone on one, and there's Granny, and the TV's got Andrea.
Yeah.
So they were getting 2 views.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What are you?
My grandson knows that I'm Meme.
I had 2 grandmothers. One was Grandma, and the other was Granny. And never the twain shall meet.
Yeah.
Although they both came to my senior recital, I'll tell you that. And they both came to my sister's graduation from nursing school. But
wow, that's good.
Otherwise, they probably had not met since my parents got married. So,
yeah.
I told people I'd rather have them at my senior recital than at my graduation, because graduation, who cares about that? But senior recital, big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I had one cousin in Columbus County, Granny,
Yep.
who was dating, it turns out, the brother of a classmate of mine who was from Columbus County. They were both from Hallsborough.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin came to my friend's senior recital and not to mine.
Teen urgency.
So,
I mean, no.
21-year-old trauma.
Yes.
Yes, welcome back, Frenchie.
A teen urgency? Anyway, yeah, that was interesting because my family is mostly from Columbus County, at least my mother's side, but they're all there still.
Yeah, my family's like from New England mostly, but then they're scattered out across the country: Colorado, Arizona, Minnesota, North
Mhm.
Carolina, Florida, Vermont, all over the place.
Yeah, that's how we were. Because because of job things. Um, Although both of my parents came from North Carolina, they were in Delaware when my sister and I were born, and then we moved to Minnesota for a corporate job thing.
Hmm.
And then we were able to come back to North Carolina. But then I went off to Indiana for grad school, and then everybody went to Florida for another job thing, and that was when I retreated from grad school with my tail between my legs as a total failure. And then from Florida, I went to New York, and then my sister had all this time been in Charleston, and then my
Hmm.
parents, when they retired, they thought they would go to Charleston, which was quite lovely, but then they decided it was a little large as a
Hmm.
city for them, and they came back to Wilmington, and that's where they were when they both died. And my mother died about 2 years ago. My dad, 8 years ago. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, that's the death of a parent is tough no matter how many years. Like my dad will be 31 years in September that he passed.
The Mother's Day this past year, or this year, it was
Oh,
the first one. Uh, Somehow it worked out that both Mother's Days um, in the intervening years since my mother had
hmm.
died, I was like really, really, really sick and not cognizant of what was going on. So then this
Oh
year was
wow.
pretty much the first for me Mother's Day since the loss of my mother,
Mm.
and it was tough. But my Yarny community helped me to get through it.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for the most part the yarn community is very wonderful and giving. There
Hmm.
are some haters, but
The
that's
world is
it.
full of fallible people. I think we're all fallible in one way or another,
Yep.
and we all
I'm
make
not
mistakes.
perfect.
You're not? I'm
No.
I
sorry. What are you
am.
doing in my chat? I can't have imperfect people here.
That's why I'm here. Bring up the average.
Oh,
uh,
there you go.
but yeah, but it's I the haters, the people who say mean things in the moment, it does sting, and some of them are really pretty awful. I've been lucky. I haven't had really awful things said to me.
Hmm.
Most of my um, criticism has been about technical things, and you know what? I know that my audio sucks. You don't have to tell me. You're not really gaining anything by telling me that my audio sucks.
Yeah.
This is not something that I do not realize. This is not something that I can change and choose not to. So, you know what? Anyway, moving right along.
Yes.
Um,
You know,
so, but, I'm
anyone who
sorry.
has a problem with your audio should buy you some new audio,
Oh, I know.
right? If it was
Yeah.
that bad.
Um, yeah. I haven't had any people volunteer that yet,
Hey,
Um,
but
I'm just happy I didn't knock myself out of the chat this time.
yeah. Well, oh please. I had oh, I don't remember what it was. There was one day I did a topic Tuesday, And I don't remember why it was. I don't know that I'll ever know why it was, but the audio was not working at all. But once we recognized what was going on, we just moved forward. I typed my responses, people typed their responses. We had a good time. But then in the replay, I got 11,000 comments saying,
Oh,
I can't hear you. And I'm going, of course you can't.
yeah.
What do you have to suggest that's useful? But
Yeah.
it's. But people. We lost Glennie. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. She looked like she was going in a car. She looked outside.
Oh, okay. But it's the way it is. People are people. You can't fix them. Oh, that is a valuable lesson. You can't fix anyone. You can hardly fix yourself.
Good night, Linda.
Oh, is Linda leaving us? I'm
Yeah.
always glad
yeah.
you're here, Linda. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah. Oh, it's been over an hour. It's a long one.
Yeah, I usually go on for about an hour and a half on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But
Whoops.
it is what it is. There have been Wednesdays when I was like really worn out, and I made it shorter. And there have been Wednesdays when I was having a really good time and made it longer. But it is what it is.
Okay, I did something. I hit something. Oh, I didn't knock myself out.
You're still here.
I couldn't see myself. I'm terrible with technology.
You
You know?
know what? I used to work in technology, but people assumed that I knew a lot more than I did because I worked with one specific program developing applications in a very narrow niche field. So, and before that I was like doing, I was like an office assistant. So I knew all the basic office things. But nothing very important.
Well, when I was on, when Pivy was live, when Ezra was live early, during his live, I messed up my spreadsheet, my Excel spreadsheet. Paid attention to everything else and messed it up. So I just kept hitting undo until I knew it was right.
Ah, there you go. Undo is a very good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Control Z is your friend.
Teresa
is asking what I'm working on, and it's this week. It's always more blue hats. More and more and more blue hats because the Hat Not Hate project ends on the 21st. But there was one time. Oh gosh. I don't even remember when it was. I was with my ex and a bunch of friends. We were in a restaurant on a Friday night having a good time with drinks and dinner and everything, and it was loud. And my phone rang, and it was my parents' caller ID, and it was my sister's voice, and she said, "Can you get somewhere where you can hear me?" And so I'm going, "Ah, what's going on?" And so I went outside and I'm going, okay. And she's going, I'm sitting at Mom and Daddy's computer, and what does it mean when? I could have killed her.
Yeah. Because you always pick up Mom and Dad's, phone call.
Yeah, exactly.
I always pick up the phone when my kids call. Because you never know what's going on. Because my phone rang. My son called me during Ezra's live too. I was having a good time during her live. He called me up just to tell me he didn't kill the plant that I gave him, and I was hoping not. He's only had it for 3 days.
Well, that's
literally
good news.
3 days. and then said the pot was too big. And I said, well, that was the pot I had, so that's the one you got. And you're lucky I filled it with dirt and planted it for you.
Most people know better than to try to give me a plant.
Well, I have a water garden. I have like all those vine type plants, philodendrons, wandering Jews, all those type of plants, and they're going nuts. And I can't throw them away because they're like living creatures in my mind. Like I feel like throwing them away is I'm throwing away life. So I have little water gardens, they get roots, and then I give them away to people.
I want to have an indoor herb garden because I love fresh herbs. If I could grow basil and rosemary and thyme and perhaps cilantro or some parsley, you know, but everything I touch dies immediately.
Basil's really hard. Basil's finicky.
When I when I redo my kitchen, I'm putting a garden window over my sink so I can grow herbs in the kitchen. Because I have a garden window in the room that I'm in right now, and I have all my cactus in that window.
I have seen in some of those home renovation shows where they would come upon a house that had that kind of a garden window in the kitchen, and they would take it out.
Why? They're so beautiful.
Think of the ways you can use it.
I know.
But again, I don't have the gift with plants, and like I don't know what it is.
And like I have like a ton of spider plants, and my one spider plant literally has like 50 spider babies on it. And those are so good for the air in your house. So
no doubt. Now my sister likes plants, which is good because she keeps a lot of them. In fact, there are some plants in here in this room. So, so I know it's good for the air in the house, but I'm just no good with them.
Yeah, we have those real big, thick eye hooks, and we screwed them into the beams. And I have like 4 big, huge hanging plants in the house. And then I have my bow window, which has a prayer palm plant, palm prayer, the one that has like the little round flower with the thing in the middle like that. It's a white flower.
You expect me to recognize that?
You would recognize it. They're in churches.
I might see it. I might know it if I saw it, but I wouldn't know it by name.
Like it's shaped like cupped, and it's white, and it's got like a thing in the middle like this that goes up, and it's got little knobs on it, like yellow knobs in it.
Jamie's hook said we call it a peace lily.
That's it.
Okay, I have heard of those. Yeah.
Okay, my daughter gave me her peace lily that her mother-in-law gave her because her mother-in-law gave it to her before they got their dog, and that plant is toxic to dogs. If they lick it, if they chew the leaves, if they lick the flower. So it's very toxic to them. So she gave it to me.
We should probably look into that before we get our dog.
Find out what plants you have.
A bunch of plants. Yeah.
Just find out what plants, like poinsettias are lethal to animals. But apparently I'm doing really well with this plant because it's growing flowers.
Well, that's a good thing.
I've got a bunch of cactus. I have an ogre ear jade plant. Like all the little things that come off look like Shrek's ears. It's the cutest thing. And yeah, I've got cactuses and aloes and everything. Philodendrons, you can't kill them. They're very hard to kill.
Mark is posting the Hat Not Hate link which is a very good thing. Thank you so much for doing
Thank
that.
you, Mark.
Hat not hate is something that everyone should be aware of.
Yeah,
That's
Whether
even if
you
you
are
make-
involved in my project or not. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if you make one hat today, you can get it to them by the end of the month.
exactly. And they are just as appreciative of one hat as they are of a box full of hats.
Yeah,
And someone asked earlier, I'm trying to find the comment, how many hats you had made, David. Would you
I
like
have
to
not
talk
counted
about
them.
your contest?
I am not going to count them until I'm done. I have not counted them. I started out when I started the thing in April. I had 25 at that point, I think.
yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
25,
when I made the
26,
first
27,
thing,
something
yeah.
like that.
But I have not counted them since, and I'm not going to until we're done. And then on the 25th, I will have a marathon live stream in which we discover who has come the closest to guessing the correct number that I have done, and also who will come the closest to guessing how much yarn I have left over.
Yeah. Now,
So, Karen
gonna-
has 49. Go you! That's great.
Oh,
yeah.
Karen, I'm so sorry. Lilies are toxic to cats also. I lost a kitten to lily poisoning.
That's bad.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, just check your plants before the dog comes in. That way,
I will, yeah.
you know, I'm sure your sister knows the names of them. So if not, there's like
She
a
knows a lot
picture of
more
me
than I do
this.
about plants. I will
Yeah.
ask her.
Yeah, there's a picture of me this at. You take a picture of it and it tells you what the plant is.
I have seen that. I do not have it. 'Cause
Oh no.
but it's still. What are you knowing about?
The thunder
Oh dear.
is starting again. Not raining yet though.
Well,
Not
that's
raining
good.
yet again.
It looked earlier. It looked like it might storm here because one end of the sky looked a little gray, but it hasn't really happened yet. Which is good because tonight is the night that we put the trash out for the for tomorrow morning. Anyway,
Yeah,
I regret this, but I do need to end a little bit early
yes.
because I need
Dinner
to.
time?
It's dinner time. I need to make dinner. I need to take care of a few other things. I have some
Nice.
pattern things I need to take care of. I I need to make some more blue hats. I'll tell you that,
Yes.
and a bunch of other things. So I have enjoyed having everybody here, and thank
Hi
you so much for joining
everybody.
me. And thank you everybody who's been in the chat for all of this time, and you know
Yes.
the whole process. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all the standard YouTube crap, and keep coming back.
And
Okay.
hydrate with all this heat. Make sure you stay hydrated.
Oh yeah. Stay hydrated, definitely.
Stay hydrated.
Mine has
Okay.
water in it,
Bye bye,
right?
everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.